Morning, come on. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's Knicks Freestyle. We about to get to it, man. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Y'all know who I am. The number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezie. I'm joined by Free Keith. We got a lot to talk about, right?
A lot to talk about.
Dog, we got to talk about Malcolm Brogdon's retirement, what it means for the Knicks in terms of rotation and things of that sort. And we got to talk about Mitchell Robinson being load managed, right? I know that's a real touchy subject with a lot of Knicks fans. It's a touchy subject with me because I feel like Mitchell Robinson is a great player. I just don't like how people be trying to turn him into Omega Supreme. They be turning Mitchell Robinson into Rodimus Prime, right? Like I think he just a man, bro. He a very good player. But let's start off with your thoughts on Malcolm Brogdon and his sudden retirement.
Man, it just pains me to think of all the wasted hours of argument online and on podcasts that just took over the last few weeks about who got to get traded so that we can keep these 1-year vets, and Brogdon and Deuce got to get traded, and Pacôme, and no, we're gonna trade the youth, and this dude retires.
And this dude retires, bro.
This dude retires.
and now we back to,
but you know what I think, but what if I was, let me tell you something. I hope y'all, you know what, I didn't even salute the chat. Hey, salute the guys that's riding with us. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your attention, but
right.
not for nothing. Let's come back to reality for a second. If our season hinged on Malcolm Brogdon, we were already cooked.
Okay. I agree.
We're gonna be we can supplement the 10, 15 minutes he might have gotten a game with. And that's, I actually still think that that's the beauty of what happened this offseason. Like, we suddenly have replacement level players on the team.
Right.
So it was going to be a battle for minutes anyway. I like Brogdon. I liked what I saw of him during preseason, but we're good. We could absorb that.
Right. And what I mean by back to square one is back to find something to argue over, is what I was referencing. That's what we do. The Knicks legit have banners in the ceiling because of things to argue about. The Knicks, I mean,
that's why
Celtics fans argue over stuff like champagne choices. We out here arguing over the 15th man, right? Like, we legit, if a Knicks fan will legit find something to argue over in a heartbeat, right? Lakers fans argue over ski goggle choices and cigars. Knicks fans, we argue over the third two-way spot. As if they're ever gonna play. That's what we do, right? So, hey, chat. So I'm gonna just talk about the topic just real quick. I'm gonna add the topic to the screen, right? So the topic we are talking about right now is Karl Anthony Towns is a stud. I'm messing around with my guy. I'm messing around with my guy.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Please.
This is our topic right here. So right now we're talking about Malcolm Brogdon's exit exposes the Knicks backcourt mirage or sets up the youth movement, right? I don't know. A1B, what's good? Kerry Cox in the building, Tory B in the building. Salute. Let me
Let's
first
break down. Okay, go ahead.
Did Malcolm Brogdon's sudden retirement catch you off guard?
It did catch me off guard. It did catch because like not that I'm like floored by it, but like it caught me off guard in the fact that like he did look good during the preseason. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he looked like a player ready to go. I didn't think that, but I also don't think that it was coincidental. I don't think that it was coincidental. I think that when I say that I don't think it was coincidental, I mean like not that the team knew or this, that, and the other. I mean like I don't think that it was just like he just woke up and was like, oh, I'm retiring. I think that he now that we're about to get into the season, the coach probably let everybody know, like, okay, like what the game plan was. And I think that he was probably going to be getting something like 5-10 minutes a game.
Bro, do you know we legit argued more over Malcolm Brogdon than the amount of minutes he would have played? He would have played somewhere between 800 and 1,300 minutes as a Knick this year. Is what he played. Somewhere between 9.5 and 14 minutes a game is probably what he would have played. And he probably more than that.
And he probably have some nagging issue injury wise that's probably about to pop up too.
Right.
That's about to pop up too. So like I don't think that it just came out of the blue. I don't think it just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's something behind that.
Right. Are you suggesting he's a proud veteran with a very good career that did well with his money and feels like I'm just going to leave with a good reputation? I'm rich, I have a good reputation around the league, and I just don't have the heart for it no more, so I'm just going to step away. Or do you feel like...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Or do I feel like what?
Or do you feel like he was getting his ass bust in practice and they told him they was going to cut him?
Nah. I don't think either one of those. Like, that's cute. That's cute to think, but he ain't no Jordan level, like no Jordan like character that he got some kind of like. He's a good player. He's a good player. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna dull his shine, but like he's not no like, oh, I gotta protect my legacy type player. I really think that it came down to the fact that I think that he knew that he wasn't gonna get the playing time, and he was probably realizing like he wouldn't get that playing time from any of them leagues, from any of the teams.
Okay.
He done. And he probably had some nagging nagging injury thing too that was probably creeping up again too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be the one that got him out of here. Right. That might be the one. You got a reputation for injuries and then you get an injury.
But either way, we just spitballing, but either way, I just think that there was something behind that. Because that's not how capitalism works.
No. Capitalism is get as much as you can, using as little resources as you can, exploiting whoever you can get it from. That's basically what it is. I mean, we live in America.
And there's never enough money.
Right.
So I don't do that.
So Malcolm Brogdon's gone. Who fills that vacuum that's created?
But there's no real vacuum because there was already a power struggle for those minutes. It's not like there's like some big like, oh my God, like he was playing this major role that nobody else could play. Like, yo, we ain't even see
you're saying it's not like Jalen Brunson retired.
Yeah, it's not like Jalen Brunson retired.
Yeah, yeah,
Now Houston, we got a problem. But
right.
like, bro, Josh Hart wasn't even playing the whole playoffs. I mean, the whole
No
preseason.
preseason. Yeah,
Like we good. We got defense up there. We got energy in the back in the off the bench. Like it's not him. I feel like him leaving actually is more like in my opinion, it's more of a release valve than it is something to panic about.
okay, okay.
Because I honestly already saw like to me it's like about like really like 11, 12 like legitimately playable guys that you gotta find some kind of excuse to find minutes for.
Right, right. Um,
And that youth movement thing, y'all need to get youth movement out your mind. Like youth movement is towards something, right? What is the youth movement towards? What's the movement towards?
there is no movement, bro.
No, it is a movement. There's a life cycle of your team.
Right,
Like there's certain points in that life cycle you need certain things. Like we were at the bottom of that life cycle. We needed youth movement. A team that's in championship contention isn't concerned with youth movement.
bro. Nah, dog. We are
That like that
marijuana, bro. We are
we don't
marijuana, bro. We are meant to grow and burn. There is no evergreen, bro. Like there is nothing after this. Like we're not
it's
worried
not
about
even
what
about
happens
that.
when Jalen Brunson retire.
Exactly. Well, really, we can't afford to. As close as we are right now, we can't afford to. And not even that. Like we got to realize we are not the Knicks team of 10 years ago. We are
Right,
literally at the place that that movement was supposed to be towards. We're in that place now. We're at the place where the youth movement was supposed to take you. We're there. We're right there. It's a whole different ball game. We got to start thinking differently as Knicks fans. Like, yes, it's cool to hold on to whatever assets you can get, but like right now, today, this year, it's about the championship.
right,
We on the cusp of it.
right, right.
This is the team that we were moving towards, or this
Okay.
is the time. The youth movement
Agreed.
did its job.
Agreed. If Frank and Knox and RJ and Obi and Quickly and Grimes all developed by this time right here, that team should have been ready to win a championship. Right.
Should
But
have.
but I mean, we took a different route to get to the same place. Right. So I mean, here we are. I think the
No,
Knicks need to add a point guard.
we had it. We had a youth movement.
Right.
People just didn't like how long it didn't last as long as some people wanted. You get attached to players, this, that, and the other. But we went through that stage. We had the youth movement. That movement got us to where we are now, which is beyond the youth movement to the place where we were supposed to be moving to.
Bro, it's like having a baby, bro. Like when you first find out a baby is on the way, everybody excited. And you know, you be buying cigars at the hospital and all that stuff. And then you get the baby home, and baby won't stop
Don't
crying.
stop crying.
Yeah, you be at work, dead tired, you drinking coffee, you pouring Red Bull in your coffee to try to, you know what I'm saying? To try to stay up, you know what I'm saying? And then you get home just to get some sleep, and the baby crying, and then before you know it, the
You
baby
you,
is 13 years old trying to sneak out the
you
house to see a 15-year-old.
and then that baby is graduating from college and has a great job, opens a business, raises a family. But we're in that portion now. We're done with the
Right,
youth portion.
right, right. Yep, yep,
We got to
yep.
start looking at the team differently. Like, yo, like it's do or die right now.
Bro. I remember this is funny. I heard somebody say something the other day, and I was like, that was my struggle, right? So I consider myself a pretty strong guy. And I remember when I was benching, I could bench 295 pounds like 8 times. But if you put 5 more pounds on the bar, I couldn't do it. like it's the mental, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the mental part of it. I just couldn't get over like this mental hump. Like legit, I was at 295 for like months. Months, bro. Months. My homeboy used to put his hand on the bar and hold it down, and I could still do it. But if you put the weight on the bar, but yeah, if Free Keith, do you run? Do you run? You know how you set a certain time, like you just want to set a goal and you start eating right. You know how you start eating leafy greens and drinking well, like doing all this stuff, and you start taking the powder protein and all this type of stuff, and you get closer and closer, and you get but you can't ever hit that goal. And it's a simple goal. It's like I'm just trying to cut 3 seconds off my time, right?
Just three. Just
Yeah,
three.
just three
Just
seconds off
three.
my time, right?
Just
And
three.
then you get to that barrier, you just can't break through. The Knicks are past that, bro. We're already past that. The mere fact that Malcolm Brogdon retired today, suddenly, like, we'll just bring in another guy.
We aren't accustomed. We aren't accustomed to our team being legitimately like spoken about as championship contenders.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Legitimately spoken about as we're not accustomed to that. But like as fans, we got to bring ourselves into that mode and start looking at the team. We're still falling in love with these young guys who are not like, dog, like Dadiet. He looks like he'll have a good future, but like he's not breaking down no walls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not your team is a championship level team. You ain't here.
Yeah,
Development time is over.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheryl says I was a part-time. No, now I'm a part-time weightlifter. Right now I look like Santa Claus. now I look like now I look like Santa Claus. Imagine if
Nah.
imagine if the Predator turned into Santa Claus. That's what I look like. I look like the Predator with a gut. That's exactly what I look like. That's what I look
Yo,
like right now. Right.
yo, you
No, it's
horrible,
not.
bro.
It's not doing it on my end. I'm checking stuff. Right. So I'm checking stuff, man. On YouTube, and it's not showing anything on my end. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Um, but there's nothing
What?
I could do about it. Maybe we could just rock for a little bit and just cut it short or whatever.
What?
Since we don't have the quality that we want. But I mean, you know,
Is what it is, man.
it's the internet, bro.
They're gonna get this work.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
coming
They're
up
going.
clear over here.
Yeah. Um, I do, however, feel like the the Malcolm Brogdon experiment addressed the need, and now that he's gone,
What?
I think the need resurfaces.
No, that's Josh Hart is just gonna fill that need. It's just not. It's fine. It's fine, bro. It's like what we're about to do is do something very Knicks fan. Is make a mountain out of a molehill. Like he was good for what he was doing, but he wasn't indispensable. If
Okay.
Brogdon had gotten if Brogdon had gotten injured and he was out for mad games, we would have the manpower like we do now to absorb those 15 minutes, those 10 minutes.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
And did you see
Right?
how it's funny? You saw that last preseason game with that all the starters sat.
I did.
Judy,
Did
Judy.
you see? Did you see the third preseason game against the Wolves?
That was man. And I was saying this before that game that that game was going to be like a regular season game, and it definitely was like a regular season game.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying.
It definitely was like Cat looked a little bit better on defense, but Randall still ate his food.
Cat is a defensive monster, bro.
Yeah.
And the
I'm just
trolling starts. Chad, did you see where the trolling started right there?
I, I don't even need him to be a defensive monster. I just need him to be like more engaged on the defensive side. He seems like his mind don't be in it on defense, man.
Bro, I'll be trying to tell you, Cat on defense is like when I go shopping with my girl. Like she be out shopping, she be having a good time, man. And my mind be like a million miles away, bro. My mind be on the food court or something, right? My
Bro,
mind is not in it.
Cat on defense boggles my mind. Like he's really like a 7-foot guard. I don't understand. But him, but I can tolerate it. Like I predicted, and I was saying, Mitch should be starting with Towns, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Towns when he has a Mitch or a Huck 40 next to him playing.
Right.
Less opportunity for him to really mess up on defense.
Even though I like Cat, his defense makes me want to vomit backwards. Like his his defense makes me want to. Yeah, I don't know. But in terms of just real quick on the Brogdon thing, I do think there is a point guard thing. Josh Hart can't do what Malcolm Brogdon does. Just because they're the same size don't mean that they're the same person. Like Malcolm Brogdon has been a point guard his entire life. And Josh Hart is a Swiss Army knife. Like he can do a little bit of everything, right? But he's not going to be the point guard replacement. Because if he was capable, we would have seen it by now. Josh Hart has been here about 80% of the time Jalen Brunson's been here. So Jalen Brunson's been here for 3 years. Josh Hart's been here for 2.5 years. We would have seen something right now.
Maybe Kolek could slide up into that backup point guard slot.
Oh my God.
There go y'all youth movement.
I just put a rock in my own shoe, bro. I just reached down in my shoe and put a rock in there.
I'm watching these games, yo. Kolek ain't ready for the I feel like he's not really NBA. He's not an NBA player yet. My guy was good.
What's up? Sorry for the delay. I'm home though.
That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. We kept it warm for you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. So you was talking about Kolek?
I was joking about Kolek, but yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying I'm good. I just like how I'm kind of mad Brogdon kind of went out the way he did because the way I was looking at it, I was like, we might need that leadership, we might not. But at this point, I'm like, I see it as a balance to what the Knicks are doing.
You know what? On a different makeup of team, I would say that leadership component would be necessary. But these kids, this team is kind of square. You don't
Yeah,
got a lot. You don't really got no like loose cannon. Like
yeah.
so, like eh, the element that the element that Brogdon would have brought on that end, really, I don't think it's going to be a big miss. Um, honestly, I still think that there's like I don't think that we out the woods with a trade with a like that a trade's not going to happen though
Hmm.
because
I still,
Freezie brings up a good point. Like yeah, we could like we don't really have like a solid backup point guard. I dig it. Like I feel like Deuce could play some minutes, but he's really not that guy. Like
hmm but it's like if you look at the Pacers, they really didn't have a guy outside of what's his face? Dang, can't believe I forgot his name already because he out.
oh
Dang, what's that
oh
point guard? It's
Halliburton.
Halliburton. Yeah, Halliburton. They didn't have any. T.J. McCollum played good, but he came in spurts, and sometimes his spurts lasted longer than normal because they were always playing behind T.J. So I think that similar style we can play with because Bridges got handled. But you got Bridges, you got like a lot of transition guys. That's why when I was saying earlier about Josh Hart when we first got him, that transition play is key because it relieves the pressure from Brunson. So you still got Hart, you still got Bridges. It doesn't necessarily have to be McBride or it has to be Tyler Kolek. Because this league now, everybody got to be able to bring up the ball or shoot the three. You don't even have to be a defender now. It's more about shooting the three and getting the ball in the spots.
Yeah, but you don't think we need somebody else who like legit like playmates like I
No, because
yeah
to be honest, with this point, the last 3 years since we've had Brunson, we've never had anyone that was reliable outside of that besides Brunson. Don't get me wrong, Cat can be
now
the
Randall
secondary now, but Randall wasn't there.
Randall
Like Randall was good. Randall was good, but he got hurt. What I'm talking about is like you knew when Brunson was gonna play, he was gonna give you that what you needed. Randall, don't get me wrong, you're right, but I think that Cat took over that position now to where it was with Randall and Brunson. But at the same time, it's more should be on Bridges because Bridges, his size, his length, he should be able to get up and down court a lot quicker than you need to. So like I say, like it doesn't necessarily have to be Brunson, but if Brunson gets that trap, you can see Bridges hitting the spot. You can see, the different variations of speeds and mix up, especially in this league, is what's going to make us win. Because, like I said, the Pacers beat us that way. So for me, I don't really think we need a consistency of that. What we need is more consistency of ball control. Like, don't lose the ball, and then like we can get a turnover. Like not last game, the one against Minnesota, we had 22 assists and 11 turnovers that we created. Like that's amazing. Like we got 11 steals, they got 22 and 22 assists. Like that's the type of stuff we need. Like where our steals and our rebounding all give us that plus. But if we're just, like how they out rebound us last game, like it was bad. Like, so for me, it's like when something like the rebounding goes out, we still need to get the steals. We still need to get the ball moving because the quicker we get down court, people get lazy. You can get those fouls. You can get to the free throw line, slow it up for our defensive set, and it makes us look better. So as long as we just run, but we're doing it without creating turnovers, then I think we're good. I think you're muted.
I keep mentioning
Yeah, I
it,
hear you.
but Josh wasn't playing all preseason. We still got something there too. Like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I just think that I would like to see and maybe Jordan Clarkson got it in him. You know what I'm saying? But like there needs to be a legit like playmaker on that bench mark. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's really can distribute the rock, can organize a play. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But
I get.
I am also thinking, like you were saying, it's very much dependent. I feel like Mikel got it in him. That's what he was doing in Brooklyn. That's what he was doing in Brooklyn. And if we could get Brooklyn Macau, like I think like that would be we'd be really, really dangerous.
Because like, even with the Timberwolves games, you saw he was bringing it up and they were getting steals. He was like the first or second one back on the ball. Like he was running, running, running. And what that also does is saves Brunson's legs from running down because he's going to be able to go down. And Brunson could just stay in the spot of position if he need be for a kick out. But I think I'm not trying to burn him out or anything like that, but because of he's been durable. So let's use that durability. That's the only reason why I like McBride. Excuse me, not McBride. I like Bridges because I think that his length and plus on defense, if we have the defense the way we have been playing, where the rotations, the man switching and everything is actually working in our favor. Even Brunson looked a little bit better on defense. I think we're good. We don't have to be perfect on all things. We just got to click as a team. So I
Right?
think we're good. But see, here's the thing, Clarkson. I think the problem is if we're expecting it from Clarkson, I think that's where we're gonna fail. Because Clarkson should be his main goal should be I'm taking the pressure off of everybody by attacking the basket, by getting to the rack, by letting the defense pay more attention to me, so I could set up. Uh, I could set these guys up like Josh Hart to go downhill. I could set up Mitch if he's coming off the bench or starting, or he's on the floor with me. I could set up McBride. I could set up whoever needs to because as he's attacking, the defense should collapse. He should create kickouts. Like, so I'm not asking Clarkson to be that facilitator. I just want him to be that main scorer or that main threat off the bench to where it eases it up for everyone else. And it'll even ease up for Brunson too because if him and Brunson's there, he could just kick out the Brunson with ease. So that's why I said it's collective.
It's gonna be collective, but it was always gonna be collective. So like
Yeah.
again, I don't think that I think we good. I think we're
Yeah.
good. I think we're
Yeah.
good.
All
I
right.
think
So
we're
you want
good.
to move up to the next question?
Yeah. Next question, Freezie. Pop it up.
Thank you, Captain. I want to see how you got
Freezie,
it.
Freezie Fonzarelli.
Because it's the next one is load
I
management
got I
or
got
lack
you,
of
bro. You gotta give
trust.
me a second. All right.
Oh, my fault, my fault, my
And
fault.
I'm working, boss. Damn.
I'm
You're
sorry.
supposed to
I'm
be
sorry.
quick like You're supposed to be quick like Siri.
Like Siri, next comment. That's funny. He's like, I'm working. Damn. But nah, man. The expectations, I think we're good, man. Brogdon retiring, it's all good, and it's all good for us, man.
I mean, it came out the blue, but that's why I actually think that actually is more. It's more encouraging to me because like
Hmm.
Brogdon is legitimately yeah, he's good for the role that he was playing. Like he was looking good during preseason, and we lost him, and it doesn't really feel like it was like a big loss to me. Like we got enough guys, we can fill that in. Like and not point for point or whatever, but like yeah, Josh comes back. I know if nothing else, we getting hella rebounds. Like
Hmm.
that they're gonna run fast. They're gonna run. Like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it might be they don't play the same, but like the effect to me, the community of effect is still gonna be there. It's gonna be all right.
All right. So load management or lack of trust. The Mitchell Robinson dilemma is the Knicks dilemma to load manage Mitch, a smart long-term move or proof they don't believe he can't handle the grind. Ooh, I like this question. It's your boy,
That's
man. You can go first.
yeah, thank you. Like yo, y'all gotta pick a side, man. Like if we got all these cats that can play, then why do you want to stress one guy? Like you know what I'm saying? The we have the ability to play him 25 minutes a game. Yes, and still have quality five play from Huck Porty behind him for the other 15. Like it's to me like it's really kind of like if they can figure out a way to preserve Mitch because we know what his history is, but we know we need him. If you figure out a way to preserve Mitch, what's the big deal? Like, why is everybody on Mitch nuts? Like, this is a good thing. We got the room and we got the bodies and we got the talent to be able to actually. None of our starters really need to be playing more than 30 minutes with the level of talent that we got on the team and the depth that we have on the team. Like we really, everybody's minutes should be all right.
Yeah.
And this is
I
what people was asking for, but now it's low management. And should we be worried about minutes? Come on, man.
I think it's also the money too, the aspect of that. That's why they're asking. Like, oh, are we gonna pay this guy X amount of dollars, but we barely play him? To be honest with you, to have Robinson at that flexibility, I think it's perfect because you could do so much
Perfect.
damage. Like he's like the in between. Because then you think about it, you could start Cat. Cat could be the offense at the five, and then you come in with defense. And then you could even lighten it up for where Cat can run with Ariel and his 25 minutes. I want to say 25 to 27 minutes is okay because here's the thing: you expect him to play 5 minutes per quarter, so to speak, maybe 7 minutes per quarter, and that's good because that's not a lot of burn. 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
But
not that bad
but it's
because that's
enough.
still
It's
seven other
enough.
minutes. Yeah, it's still 7 other minutes in the game that you could do different rotations and schemes. But just know for that 5 minutes, it's gonna be heavy defense. So I like it because we get him longer. He plays consistent, and when it comes to playoff time, we could just do okay. We start Mitch for 5 minutes, let him rest late second quarter, third quarter. We get him in the middle of the quarter so we can keep our lead, and then we could, you know what I'm saying? Like we could keep it going for him. I don't call it low management. I call it actually smart management because a player like him, he can't make free throws. So certain times it's like they're gonna start attacking him to go to free throws. Now he's getting tired of that. But if you get him in a right rhythm and be consistent, regardless of the points, he's gonna give you what you need. And I think that that's a plus for us because him, Cat, and Ariel is gonna be a good mix because you get defense from him. Ariel, you get the balance here of a little bit of defense and offense. And then with Cat, you just got pure offense. Even though I think that trio helps out the defense altogether. So I like
That
Mitch being there at 25 to 27 minutes.
yeah, to me, I think that and that's exactly where I projected him mentally. Like to me, and he honestly, I think we're overdoing the whole. I think that he is healthy. He probably can do more than that. But like
Mm-hmm.
to me, if we're winning games, and that's the time that we're at, I am all right. That is preserve my man for playoff time so we can match out. That's all I'm concerned with is getting to the playoffs, and having a healthy playoffs. We healthy coming into the playoffs, it's a problem.
Yeah, agreed, man. And
Oh,
then
and Yabusele, and I do not want to see Yabusele at the five.
thank you.
I
Small
do
ball
not
does
want to
not
see
work for us.
not for him, not with him. He's not the guy.
And that's another thing I keep telling everybody. I'm like, small ball doesn't work for us because if we did have small ball, we wouldn't have Mitchell and Ariel. We would just run more with Cat at the center. What we have set up now is not meant for small ball. And if anything, to be honest with you, for us to have small ball, you need like all shooters. Like if you're gonna do small ball, you're gonna need like if it's gonna be Yabusele, you're gonna need Bridges. You're gonna need McBride. You're gonna need Brunson, and eventually, like even Cat, because he's one of the top. He's a top three. You know what I'm saying? 3-point shooter we got. So it's not even small ball with him there because he's a 7-footer. We just
But you
don't
talking
have the
about
scheme.
Cat and Yabusele on defense?
Yeah.
You can't run them together for long stretches, yo.
And that's another thing. Like when Cap resting and we want to do our hot offense, we can have Mitchell and Yabusele there. Now that's a real problem because Mitchell help out with the rebound, and you can have Josh Hart with the tempo. Like there's so many different setups you can run with that, and I'd rather that. And then even if you take out Yabusele, you could even put Ariel and Cat together. Like you still get some type of defense, and it keeps us balanced. Like if he's running the four and he's staying at the four, I'm okay with it. I don't want to see him at the three. I don't want to see no crate. Just keep him at the four for OG in case Pacôme ain't ready or this guy ain't ready. So I
Like
think Mitch is fine.
like my homeboy said, like yo, Yabusele is Timu Randall, and like you really got to play him the same way. Randall was really most successful when he was next to Mitch, when he was next to um Hartenstein. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you 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 got to make up for for the lack of defense if you're having an offensive big.
Yeah. I think it's a smart move to keep Mitch the way he is, though. So, yeah. All
And
right.
Huck
So you
40
want?
is showing, and Huck is showing that he can actually, Huck might be a thing, They might have left
Mhm.
up on another cheap big.
Yep. That's why I keep telling everybody. I'm like, I think he's ready. Because the thing is I was saying it last year, but then he got hurt. Like those 10 games he was playing, he's really good. So him learning from Mitchell, him learning from Cat, he may not be on the point scheme, but he's gonna be doing a lot of rebounds. And I seen him doing 2 blocks a game when he was playing. So we're good
And he
with him.
not, and yeah, he not scared on offense. Like, yeah, like I love that he takes it to the rim. Like,
hmm Like that pass, and he just I looked. I was like, you could dunk from that far back. If Brunson was
yo,
on the court, he
yo,
would be catching
yo,
lobs.
yo, I was like, okay, I liked you before, but like I really didn't understand your work. Okay,
hmm That's
yeah,
why I said like he because he played overseas and I seen him play against Shaw. I was like, his defense is there, but it's just gonna take him some time. And I didn't know his offense was like he had this potential with his offense. Like so, I'm pretty cool with what we have with Mitchell Robinson. That's good. You want to jump into the next question?
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
don't want.
yeah,
I know how the Mitch
yeah.
High be. The Mitch High be like, oh, we speaking too long on it or too much on it.
Nah,
Hold
Mitch
on.
is good.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Unc to.
Now give him
I know
time.
he
He
working.
working. He
I know he
working.
working.
He
hmm
working.
He like in the kitchen, like, man, can't you see I'm over here? I'm frying fish. I'm cooking. Leave me alone. Wait till the food ready.
There we go.
He like a
There we
Jamaican.
go.
He like a Jamaican. All right.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay. Mike Brown's biggest test: coaching through chaos or controlling the narrative. With a thin,
Mm.
with a thinned out roster and unpredictable health management, can Mike Brown's system still can
What
still
thinned out roster?
or are they okay?
Nah, if we go in that because Brogdon retiring, we got a thinned out roster. Nah, I'm not even giving him that excuse. That's not even he got a mob. He got a mob to work with. He got a mob. Still. That's not even he ain't getting no unsurmountable loss in Brogdon retiring. Uh I think a lot of weight is on his shoulder, and really a lot of that weight ain't his fault. But because they put last season on Tibbs, on the coach, as us not getting further than the Eastern Conference Finals that we got to, it behooves him now with the same core plus an extended roster in the extended bench is going to make Leon look silly. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot on Brown, Mike Brown this season.
hmm
There's a lot on Mike Brown this season.
So you think he can control the chaos, or you think he's gonna control the narrative? Which one?
Hmm. I think it's interesting because what do we mean when we say the chaos?
The balancing between basically the team that we have on the bench and the starting team, like to keep the fluidity of the team all on the same page of defense, offense, and everything. Can he control that, or is he controlling the narrative that we good enough and we just gonna struggle for the first year? Like narrative, as in he's accepting a defeat his first year, as opposed to getting it done. That's how I
I
interpret it.
I would go with the first one if we had like people I thought that were huge ego or like head cases on the team, and we don't. I would say that most all of our players, I think, are very mature and rational. So if I think then if those are the meanings, the two meanings of the different sides, I think it
hmm
might be more of a narrative control.
Okay. So you mean
I
like
think
basically do the stuff that Tibbs didn't do, like talk to the media about what he really thinks, actually being more involved with the game, getting the
I
players
mean,
in the right like that?
or whatever narrative that he's like. I already see how he is with like in the media, in the pressers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's gonna be more of that, like, kind of like, oh, I'm a, I'm gonna talk to you square, like, eh, or I'm gonna seem very sincere and open. I think like it's gonna be more of that. If the if the team doesn't get out to like a really hot start, I think it's gonna be a lot of like, oh, give them get they need time to blah blah to gel with the new system and get everything in. Like it's gonna be a lot of narrative control if the season isn't looking as successful as it's supposed to. If everything is hitting though, if everything is hitting though, I don't think it's gonna be so much narrative control at all. I think you'll get like very clear questions, and I mean clear answers, and this, that, and the other. I don't think everything hinges on how well we do, like first 10 games, 15 games.
Okay. I agree with that, but I think that he's gonna be mostly controlling the narrative because there is no real chaos in the locker room. Like
There's no
I think the
chaos.
players, I think everybody just, I think we may be a little bit too relaxed because they just like believe in the system. But as far as the narratives, I see him doing that because it's like he wants his players to be calm. Like, look what he did with practice. Like that whole hey with the free throws. He's like him and Brunson was like Brunson's negotiate. Like that whole stuff. Tips would never do that. That's like controlling the narrative, keeping the players active, keeping them happy. Like a Steve Kerr, trying to keep everyone at peace. But to me, I don't really see this any chaos, and I see him being more dancing with the media. But I don't think we have a thinned out roster at all. If anything, I think we have too much. Like but what we do, the issue is as far as thinned out is the talent. Like once we get past like the 8 man, 9 man, it's like major drop off. Like between first and second, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like instead of it being, getting from like you get 90%, but then to go from the 10th, it's like you got to get 9.3 as opposed to 9.2. You know what I'm saying? Like it's harder to get to that next level because Clarkson's still a variable. So as far as thinned out, I think it's just as far as talent. And Mitch McBride, we don't know what he's gonna do. As much as I love to see him play, if he could give us a consistent 12 points a game, it wouldn't be so thinned out. Josh Hart, we don't know because he's like a 9 point game maybe, but he's gonna give you the rebounds. So if we could work on that and be consistent, then I think that that's the only way we're thinned out is by talent.
Mm.
I don't, and also health. I don't think that's an issue because again, we got enough young guys coming up. Like you could see McCullers probably play later in the season. Packham could play. Ariel can play. Tyler can play. Like, but once these guys are in motion, the problem is I think that we can't pull back. We have to let them off their reins. Like if something happens as far as a health movement, we gotta like let's say if somebody goes out for 2 weeks, we can't just bring these guys up. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone's out for like serious time, 20, 30 games, then I say, yo, let the dogs off the loose, bring up the young guys. You know what I'm saying?
But I would say if we're seeing major minutes from Dadier and McCollum, yeah, I honestly think something went wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's an issue. There's a big issue. And even to hear how Mike Brown talks about Dadier in the pressers, like
Hmm.
it doesn't seem to me like he's convinced that Dadier is ready for the big stage right now,
Okay. All right.
or to be running with this level of team for the games that count.
So you think that it could work though? Like everything put together is gonna work at the end of the season, or is it gonna be one of those things where we're just gonna be like, we got another 50-win game. We made it to the second round. We're okay with that.
I think that this game, this I like, although it is on the coach, I think for this kind of team makeup, it's the players. It's the players that's going to take this team as far as it can go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
I think our guys want to win, and that with their like the relationships they have with each other and this that. I think they're more so going to power themselves through than it is something that like Mike Brown's going to do.
Yeah. I think
He's
we got to
creating the
give her.
system.
Yeah. I think we got to. I think what Brown's doing is just letting the players do their thing, and we got to hold them accountable because now we can't say, "Oh, these guys are tired." Like I still use the excuse of last year. We could have made one extra free throw late in the game, but we missed 3 out of 4, and everybody's like, "But we were tired." Like we won't have that excuse this year. We would actually have,
All out the
hey,
window. I
yeah,
don't want to hear none of that. I don't want
mm-hmm,
to hear none of that this year. Oh,
yep,
like the top legs and tired legs. Nah, you playing 25, 30 minutes a night, you good.
mm-hmm.
I don't
Like I
want
don't
I
want to
don't
hear you
want
tired. Yep.
I don't want to hear no tired nonsense. And I remember when I heard that first time from Chris. I mean, this is a major tangent. Hearing that from Chris Stapps, I was like, yo, get this dude off my team. Get
Yep.
this dude off my team. You
I
tired.
believe that. But see, that's the beauty of being a coach, though, because now I think the fun is a good thing for the players, and I think that the captain that we have in Brunson will be good because he ain't the type. I'm sorry, I see this guy as a dog. Like I was talking to my dad about him the other day. He like you can't teach that from Brunt in the players. So if we stay behind Brunson, we're good. And he also was talking about Cat. He's like, Cat, I used to hate him, and I'm like, oh, here we go. He's like, but nah, that dude is he's like a German Shepherd in training. I'm like, here you go with this bull. He's like, no, you see that boy? I'm like, wait, since when you use wait. Like I'm like, what you know about the hammer hammer? He's like, what you mean hammer hammer? And I'm like, Cat got too into that. He's like, I'm watching my team again. I'm telling you, them boys are ready. Brunson's a dog. He should be MVP when we win it. I'm like, damn, Dad. He's like, and you tell him too. He's like, because the thing he brought up, we were talking about was how Michael Jordan, because he was telling me like how Michael Jordan back in the day didn't like the triangle at all. And he was like this, but he made it work because he kept pushing everybody and making them better to where when the system actually worked, he was like, yo, I believe in the system. Because he was winning. Everyone says he was winning without Pippen, but he was the one that was pushing Pippen to be better. He was the one making everyone better, and no one remembers that. So he was telling me that, and then he's like, what do you think Brunson's doing with Cat right now? Like, he bringing him in the gym, yo, get to this spot, get to that spot. And I'm looking, I'm like, but wait, since when you know what I'm saying, you paying attention like that? He's like, yeah, man, this is still his team too. So I was like, good idea. I was like, good one, Pops. I like that. I was like, you schooling me even though you pretend like you ain't watching the game. But he's right,
Yo,
though. Brunson got that mentality, and we could leave behind it. So it's not going to be so much Brown. It's going to be more what Brunson can do for you. That's what
that's
everybody keeps saying.
what.
What Brown could do?
Yes,
Nah, it's Brunson.
yes. So that's where I'm at with it. So I see it how your pops see it. Like yo,
Yeah.
like this team ain't the type of team that need they coach to push them. I definitely think like it's gonna be like Brunson and the guys on the floor pushing this team. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be the engine. I'm not really as much as I clown about like, oh, Brown got a lot on his shoulders, it's really this is not the team makeup for that kind of coach. Like or the necessity for that part of the coaching. Like
Yeah.
he's here for the schemes, the plays, setting up the offense and the style of play. That's what he's here for. But I feel like we're gonna go as far as Brunson take us.
All right. So, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. The biggest joke I keep hearing is this team got to win or bust. Did I miss the Tibbs championship or something? We got one top 10 player and a top 27th only. I don't know. I think we
Whoa,
got, yeah, I think we got two top 15 players. Because if we really talking about Cat was 14th in usage as far as the three last year, and he actually made he was making 28 points with rebounding. Like only Jokic was he was putting up Jokic numbers, but better at the 3 point. Like
you got two All Star, two All NBA.
Yup.
players on your team. There is no excuses. And see, Paris, I love you, but like, yo, like that's the kind of comment I don't want to hear none of that this year. Because if we don't get as far with the same core, with an extended bench and a new coach, if we don't get as far as the old coach they said couldn't take us, the same exact team with more pieces, nah, no excuses. No excuses. We get bumped out in the first round. You cool? Oh, it's just the first year? Get the hell out of here. You failed, Leon.
I think we gotta relax, bro.
Yeah.
Did y'all read on Paris Douglas super chat? Is that what Free
Yeah,
Keith Wallen
we
about?
did. That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what we were just talking about.
Free Paris Douglas, thank you for the generous contribution, bro.
Y'all
Yeah,
already giving them
man.
passes. Nah. You said the problem was the coach. You got rid of the coach. You kept everybody else. The core, you didn't change anything about the core. So that says you were saying the coach was the problem. You changed the coach.
Bob, I'm
We
trying
go.
not to have a meltdown, bro.
We're going into this next season with a new coach that solves the problem. There is
Yes.
no way in the world I am not seeing at the very minimum Eastern Conference Finals. That's their floor.
The coach was the problem, bro.
Mhm.
Cool. I agree. But we got a new coach. So we solved the problem. So we should at least get there. I'm not even saying guaranteed to go beyond the Eastern Conference Finals, but we should at least get where. If we don't get there, it's a fail. Leon either chose the wrong coach or what have you, but it's a fail.
Okay.
Now,
If the
we,
coach legitimately was the problem,
I think
everybody
we
ascertained.
passed. I think we passed. I think we passed. That I think the fails have already happened. When Bam Adebayo dove on Emmanuel quickly ankle at the end of Game 4 and quickly got hurt, and Tom Thibodeau didn't play Derrick Rose or Evan Fournier, we failed. The coach failed us. That wasn't roster. That was the coach. The next year against Indiana, when Donte DiVincenzo looked like he was going to go for 50, and you take him out when he is scorched, when he is throwing up heat checks and not looking, and they all going in, and you take him out the game, and everybody looking around like, yo, what you doing? The coach failed, bro. The coach failed. And then this year, Mitchell Robinson is help holding the Pacers. The Pacers can't even get a shot off. You up by 17 with 5 minutes to go, and you sit Mitchell Robinson because you need more offense. You up by 17 with 5 minutes to go, and you going to sit your defense with a 17-point lead at home because you want more offense, and then you lose, and then the answer is in the press conference is, yo, we got to play harder, man. You know, this is a championship level team. That's bullshit, man. Get this motherfucker out of here. Get the fuck on. If I see chips, I'll fire that motherfucker myself.
I agree with you. This is what I'm saying.
You can't keep
I
making
agree with you.
These bad micro decisions after bad micro decisions, and then tell the players to compensate for your incompetency that they got to play harder.
You're proving my point. So yes, so they got to the Eastern Conference Finals in spite of Tibbs, in spite of him. So now we got rid of the problem. What's going to be the excuse if we get knocked out in the first round?
I don't know if there's going to be an excuse or if the Knicks get knocked out. Because the thing is let me ask you this, because that's an excellent hypothetical.
I'm just saying. Hypothetically.
Do you see this team losing in the first round?
No.
Okay, then what are we talking about then?
No, but this is what I'm saying. At what point? Okay, you know, maybe I was using an illustration, I guess, in using that example. But at what point
And
is
illustration would have been perfect for what you're saying. Because I get what you're saying. I get because you use an example and we should have used a comparison. I understand, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't go to Howard and all these type of, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go to an HBCU. Right? You know what I'm saying? I went to a school with a bad football team that used to get rolled over by Texas Longhorns, used to beat them by 50 every year. That's the school I went to.
Well, my football team was trash too, so I'm not even good. Like Howard team was trash. So I can't even say that. But like I was saying, it's not all those things you pointed out. Correct. Cool. So the coach then is identified as the issue of what was holding us back.
Yeah.
So if you replace that element with a new element, it should solve the problem if you pick the correct element, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're right.
That's all I'm saying. There's not no like love for Tibbs segment. I'm saying if you've identified this thing as the problem, you've changed that thing.
Okay, stop preaching at me, bro. I gave you your credit. I said I was wrong, and I shut up. I admitted you were right, and I got quiet to let you have it, and then you start preaching at me, bro. I feel like Desperate Housewives of Canarsie now. I mean, I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to say?
I've been quiet this whole
time. I gave him his credit, right? I was like, you right? Hey, bro, you right. And I sat here quiet, and then he just started fussing at me like he ain't got no respect.
And it may not be
Rochelle, yo.
And it may not be the first round. I was just using that as an example, but like, what's the line? What's the line that we give as to like, okay, this was a fail?
There is none, because if you basically think this is a championship, a finals team, you shouldn't even be looking at it that way. You should just be like, we be making it there. Like, but then again, the problem is the reason why we're looking at it the other way is because we're Knicks fans. We've never been this way in a while, like 20-something years. So all we know is negative, negative, negative. That's why I say, like, for me, I don't see this season being a failure. I just see it being a growth on to something new. If we win a chip, we win a chip because the players believe. That's all. But like I said, you was right about your point. I'm not gonna keep beating the dead horse, but we got here now. What we gonna do with it? That's all I'm saying.
I still think we got a trade. I still think we got a trade coming.
Yeah, you know, a trade coming. That's the reason. That's the reason why when people were saying, that the Knicks are going to trade away assets for nothing to make roster spots for dudes they got off the scrap heap, that's a flawed strategy. You never want to do that. You want to keep your assets as long as you can and increase their value, right? Yeah. So even if you didn't keep Gary Bird and Malcolm Brogdon and whoever, you still, because we say Pacôme Dadiet is not going to be traded in October doesn't mean Pacôme Dadiet can't be traded in February at the trade deadline, right? Right. So it's one of those things you got to. Can we give Mike Brown a few games to see what it is that he's missing, and then at the trade deadline, you can trade your valued pieces for the piece that you feel like you were missing.
Yeah.
In the interim, you can see if those assets can fix the problem that you have, right? Because if they're a square piece for a round hole, it doesn't mean they don't have value. They just don't have value to the circle hole. But if you could trade them to the square hole where they have value and you get the circle peg in return, both sides win. And now the Knicks have plugged their holes.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because they get, man, just trade Pacôme Dadiet for just make some roster spots for Gary Bird and for Landry Shamet and for Malcolm Brogdon. And I know Brogdon is gone, Right? I know he retired. But this was the conversation that we had been having for about a month. Right? It just makes sense to hold on to things that are valuable until you figure out what it is exactly that you need. And then that way, when you need to move something valuable, now you're talking about valuable young players being traded as opposed to seeing what you can get for Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. It's
like it just makes sense.
Yeah, it's like
because think about it, if you trade these pieces now just so that Gary Bird can be on the roster at the trade deadline, ain't nobody giving you shit for Gary Bird.
Yeah.
He ain't worth nothing. Then we gonna have to start having conversations like, yo, what can we get on the open market for Mitch? And if you're a Mitchell Robinson fan, you would rather the front office be reasonable and measured with the way that they move their assets as opposed to always cutting their foot off in a knee-jerk move. It don't make sense.
I was gonna say real quick, just to be funny, it's like breaking $100 bill. Like when you got that $100 bill, you looking at it like I ain't gonna break it. But the second you break it and get changed, you start realizing like, dang, I'm on my last 20 already. Like, what did I really break this 100 for?
You still carry cash, bro? What the hell wrong with you?
Yeah, man, I'm old school, bro.
You must be in the Bronx somewhere.
Yo, I swear to Bob, man. Yeah, it's the Bronx. I can't help it. I like
Keith, who carry cash, bro? What you buying cigarettes out the machine, bro? What the hell wrong with that?
Yeah, I still paying.
Hey, bro, you buying Quentin Grimes? You buying Quentin Grimes at the airport, bro? you buying deli sandwiches out the vending machine, bro? What kind of stomach you got, bro? Carrying cash? I bet you your poops be stank. You be eating vending machine sandwiches, bro?
No, I do not. Having that 3-month-old stale tuna fish sandwich, nah, I'm good, man. I don't eat that. I did that once. That was a bad idea.
All I'm saying, me and you can't catch a cab, bro, because you mess around and start cutting loose, bro, in that back seat and that window can't come down, bro. We fighting, bro. I'm just saying, I'm a gentleman, bro, but not that kind, bro.
I got you.
Freaky, you better tell him, like I clean up nice, bro. I can wear a shirt and tie, bro. But man, that right there, Cowboy Bob, we got to put your ass out.
Like, yeah, you got shit out on this one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but Freaky, you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, why are we just throwing away assets and then when it comes time for a real need, then now you dipping into your core players to make a trade? Now you're talking about trading Josh Hart for a bigger version of Josh Hart, when all you had to do was just keep the kids.
And honestly, Brogdon assuming Brogdon was going to be here, I'm looking at I started looking at Josh Hart as being expendable. Like maybe we get something nice for Josh.
Ooh, see,
but now with Brogdon gone, I see more of a need for Josh.
There's only one
hey, Cowboy Bob, you see how I just left? Look, I'm gonna just leave, bro. I ain't got time for
that. Nah. Yeah.
But real quick, I just gotta say this: we got lucky last year getting rid of three-point shooter. To me,
man,
we value as far right there, but I don't think we could do that with Josh Hart and anybody else here because there's no real value for guys like this. You ain't gonna find another guy that's gonna play hard like Josh. That's gonna get to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna find that heart and that mentality.
We had that guy.
Just play with who we doing.
We overpaid for Cat with him. I wouldn't give to get Donte back on his squad, yo.
Yeah, that might be the move, bro.
Man, if we had Donte.
What?
What? Him, think about it. Donte still plays defense, and you can have him on a starting team. Ooh.
Donte is a baller.
That's dangerous.
Man, we had the guy that I would love to have right now.
Yo, I would love to talk with y'all all night, bro. But Knicks Freestyle generally don't last this long, bro.
Yeah. Yo, yeah.
Go New
yeah,
York,
you got me.
Go. My fault, guys.
Got me freestyling.
We just rocking.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming through and hanging out with us. I really appreciate Free Keith chopping our head off on national TV. Nothing feels better than getting disrespected and embarrassed by Free Keith with a smile on his face. It's perfect. It makes being slayed feel less slaying. Thank you, Cowboy Bob, for coming through, man. Appreciate you, man.
You're welcome, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
G, I got political duties, and I think I got political duties next week. So, shout out to the civil servants out there, man. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to the civil servants. We love y'all.
Yeah. Hey, thank y'all for coming through. Peace, everybody.
Peace.